Welcome to the PK Soul Show. Welcome to the PK Soul Show. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We are wrapping up this amazing season. It's been very different. It's been a roller coaster emotionally. It's just been different this season on Greenleaf. This is your host of PK Social, Tammy and Amber.
Hello.
So now we are going to discuss the finale, the infamous finale of Greenleaf. So this episode was extremely... it was so different to me. I loved the episode literally until the last 5 minutes. And I said they could have just put this in a washer.
Yeah, the end wasn't that great. But they did tie up a lot of loose ends.
Yes.
Let's see. The first thing that we see is basically when Grace is preaching and her son walks in.
Yeah, we mentioned this before, but it's just interesting how Grace completely, her energy changes. She almost becomes disoriented and just loses focus of what's happening because she's internalizing what she should do about her son that she hasn't been able to reach or get in touch with for a while now, since she's lied to the police about his situation. So now she's just confused, not sure what to do, or but she decides what to do instantly when she walks out that pulpit and upsets Lady May and the bishop and just kind of throws everything off. Bob politely leans over to, well, he was very upset. He leaned over to Phil to ask, or did Judy ask? One of them asked
Judy.
Phil.
Bob wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
So
what was going on?
Judy and Phil are kind of like sitting a couple seats apart, and Judy is basically like, okay, what's going on? Like, basically, you knew. And he's like, I'll explain later, because, you know, in a prior episode, I don't know if we mentioned it, he basically told Judy, like, I know for certain Grace isn't going to be the pastor long.
Right.
And so at that point,
because he's sitting on the news about what Grace did with her son and the police.
And Judy asked him, how can you be so sure? And he kind of tries to play it off. And then she asked him again, no, you said, I know for certain. How are you sure? And he's just like, oh, I just have a feeling. So she let it go. But at this moment, when she's watching Grace basically ruin their whole plan, because clearly, you know, Judy and Bob had already told her she's going to be head pastor if she gives them these deacon seats. You know, she kind of looks at Phil like, okay, what's going on? You knew. So anyway, the next scene we see, Bob has returned to Calvary, and he is basically
livid, actually.
Very upset. He is chewing them out, Phil and Judy, the both of them. He's so upset that he even tells Judy, like, I'm sending you back to Phoenix. Your whole purpose of coming here was to give me those board seats. And of course she's like, it wasn't my fault. And he's kind of like, basically, I don't care whose fault it was. You didn't do what I said.
Well, he told her for you to have to say it's your fault. It's not your fault. It's definitely your fault.
That's what I forgot about it. So he was not going. He wasn't taking any excuses. So he tells her basically, you're going back to Phoenix. She leaves. So now Bob and Phil are just sitting there, and he's still kind of going in on Phil. And he basically ends up, well, once Judy leaves, he basically lets him know, for whatever reason, basically, you know, you hurt Judy back when y'all were dating. And I'm in my mind wondering, why in the world is Bob bringing this up? Which we will see later on why he brought Judy up to Phil in that moment. So basically, I guess he's letting him know, like, I'm disappointed. And to me, I took that as he's basically saying, and technically, I never forgave you for hurting Judy. So, you know, I'm real done with you now.
Well, it's really jacked up that Phil feels the need to tell Bob at that point, because I think Judy did mention Charity to him, to the dad. I'm not Charity. I think Judy mentioned, Judy mentioned Phil is in love with Charity to Bob, which I think is what brought up that conversation.
Oh, yeah. And we had learned, or we know now that Bob had learned from Lady May, because he did meet with Lady May, and he learned from Lady May that, you know, she thinks Phil had a huge hand to play in Grace's resigning. And the reason why she was able to tell Bob that is because he propositioned Lady May to basically become pastor since Grace has resigned. Lady May, of course, takes that news to the bishop, He doesn't agree. He doesn't think it's a good idea. And she ends up telling him, basically, I've already accepted. So, right then and there, Lady Mae strikes again.
What is interesting to me about Bob understands that this family is all about the limelight.
He does.
He understood it with Grace.
He
understood it with
he know
even
all he has
with
to do
Jacob.
Is just dangle head past her from somebody's face.
Even with Jacob and Charity, like everybody's trying their hardest to be head pastor, to be the lead, to be in the pulpit, and it's amazing that he'll turn his whole plan around, knowing it's gonna always come back to his plan. No matter, as long as I can get one of them on my side, I can still continue with my agenda to take over this church and make it this mega global ministry for the nations. Like, he understands. That is so sad. Like,
he gets it.
He does. And Lady Mae, in all her wisdom and her wit and her glory, she fell for the bait. But I mean, she's the only one in my mind that's trustworthy enough to turn it back for Calvary. Like, that's even true. Grace, even though she and Grace had horrible disagreements and had their little tiff they came together because Grace was like, she knows how her mother is, but her mother is the one helping her orchestrate getting things back for the ministry. So it's just interesting to watch.
To me, it got really good. This episode was really good. Now, I will go back, of course, just because I want to mention the dialogue that Lady Mae had with Charity. So right after Grace steps down and resigns in the middle of the service, the next scene we see Lady Mae, they're all at home. Lady Mae is kind of looking out the window. She looks really disappointed and let down, but she also looks like she's still thinking. Like, even though this is the episode where they clearly took the biggest L, and this is prior to her meeting with Bob and, getting the head pastor position, she just kind of looks lost. Like, okay, what are we going to do? Grace was our last hope, and she has resigned. While she's having this moment, Charity walks in. And basically, Lady Mae asks her, what's going on? How did it feel to get this ammo? And Charity straight lies. Mom, I don't know. She looks like she's trying to get some tears in her eyes. Because at this point, I think she went to Lady Mae at that point because she already knew. They gonna know it's me, especially my mom. Let me try to
damage
get some
control.
Tears. Yeah, she was doing damage control. And of course, Lady Mae isn't having it.
It's not falling for it.
And she's like, how did he get this info? Like, do not stand here after all it is and think you about to come in here and lie to me. So she basically goes in on her. I really wish I could remember everything she said, but she goes in on her. And at that point,
well, she tells her she's not, and she's truly mad. It's Lady Mae. She's extremely mad, but you have to tell. Moms know how to talk to their children, and she already understands. She has to come to Charity from a loving, I support you. Yes, I understand. But then it's Lady Mae on top of that. So Lady Mae has to add, her nice nasty thing to it and lets her know, even though, I don't blame you for what you did. You most definitely, she tells her, I don't blame you for what you did. You're just simple, and he understands.
Actually,
that.
I have it in quotes. She basically tells, Charity tells her mom, I just want my life. And that's when Lady Mae is like, this isn't your life. Your life is connected to your sister's life. Your sister's life is connected to her son. Her son is connected to us.
To your son, to everyone.
Whatever you do affects the whole. And then she goes on to tell her, and you think you're in love with this man, but, he's not in love with you. And of course, Charity is taking up for him. Like, you don't know, he's loving, he's smart. And that's when Lady Mae interrupts her and says, look, he is smart enough to make a big fool of you. And that's the extent of his genius. Like, basically, she lets her know, this man ain't smart. The smartest thing he realized he could do is take advantage of you. And you let him.
Yeah.
So at that point,
it's not that she let him. She's too simple to know that that's what he's doing. That's basically what Lady Mae understands. You're the child. You're the girl.
I think
you're the daughter that I have to.
She realizes it, and then she's still because we didn't mention this, which I wonder why we didn't. It may have been a different episode, but they went to dinner. Judy, Charity, and Phil.
Oh, God.
And the whole purpose of that dinner...
We didn't mention it because I really wanted to erase that dinner out of my mind. It was just...
I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it was pointless, but...
Well, it does show that Charity is simple. And you're simple enough to believe him. You didn't realize that this lady only came to dinner to throw a monkey wrench in your plans with your boo and let you know something has happened.
And I know all about him because he allegedly was in love with me. We were together. Basically, she made Phil take both of them to dinner, Judy and Charity, because she knew.
And that's how I know Phil couldn't be trusted. You at least, if you didn't have feelings for her, you've already told Charity that Bob uses you. You at least could say, to stay in Bob's good grace, stay in good graces with him. I dealt with his daughter. I've been with his daughter. You could have explained. You didn't even tell Charity that y'all dated.
No,
she had to find out from the girl that's jealous of you dating him.
I think Judy knew. That's the only reason she wanted to go to dinner. She knew that
conversation hadn't come up, right?
So, of course, Charity is blindsided. Her feelings are hurt, and they get in the car, and he knows all I have to do is tell this girl I love her, and it's done. So he tells her, I love you, and he tells her everything she wants to hear. And the sad part is,
I think he may genuinely have feelings for her.
He has feelings for her, but he doesn't love her.
I don't think he loves her. But even to have feelings for her,
he develops feelings for her. Because when he first goes after her, he doesn't have any feeling for her. He doesn't like her, but he knows...
And it probably was just a chase, but she was dumb enough to get caught, so...
Yeah. And I think he knew... I think he could tell her vulnerability.
Yeah.
He could also pick up on the fact that, she feels like the family dismisses her. He read the situation very fast and said, I can use this to my advantage, and that's what he did. And everyone knows it, except Charity. That's the part that's really sad here. Anyway... Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say... Even though I feel like Charity got what she deserved in this episode, I really think she does not. She got what she deserved, but she also doesn't realize that she doesn't even understand she's in a situation that she's in because of her decisions and because she decided to intentionally go against the family. Going against the family and the plan, she went through heartache because of that.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
She definitely did.
Which is what makes me... I don't understand. Why are you mad at Grace for Grace's life and what Grace has got going on? When you keep making the same decision to get to where you are, you shouldn't be mad or jealous of Grace. I think,
yes, to say it's more so jealousy. And her jealousy turns into anger. Because you're so jealous of this girl that every time you feel like she wins and you lose... You just get...
You don't realize that half the reason you're losing is because you make stupid decisions.
That's true.
That's the main reason why you're losing. It's not because Grace is winning and by default you're losing. No, you're making decisions to lose.
But it's almost like she's blaming Grace.
Instead
of taking responsibility, she's... In her mind, she's convinced herself, whenever I take a L, it has something to do with Grace.
Yeah.
So, more than likely, she's going to... When we... see them again, she's going to figure out some kind of way to convince herself that Grace is the reason why this man left her for Judy. I'm convinced that's what she's going to tell herself.
That's terrible.
Even though we know that the real reason this man has left her for Judy is because he basically made a deal with Bob. Once he found out that
I don't think we even got into that situation. How Bob called Lady May to be together. We may have mentioned it earlier.
We mentioned that she accepted
he not to be together, but he knew he could woo her. They went to lunch and he extended the offer for them to run H&H together. I don't even understand why Lady May doesn't see the plan, or Lady May... it is, and honestly, it's Lady May. Lady may not care what his plan is because she knows she can devise her own plan to supersede his. Which is more than likely
at least that's what I'm
happens.
hoping.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen in the new season.
I'm hoping it's that, and I'm hoping it's not that she really just took the bait. I'm hoping she said yes because she's thinking, okay, now I can put my plan into action.
Correct. Or I can develop a plan that will get us back to where we need to be.
That is my hope. Because I don't want to lose hope in Lady May. I don't want to believe that after all this, she's going to fall for the okie doke.
Yeah, I don't think she will. I think she'll have a whole new plan of what to do in a new season.
Also, in this episode, we learn, AJ decides to show back up. And instead of him basically listening to his mother and doing what he needs to do, he decides, oh, I'm going to turn myself in. So basically, Grace has resigned from her position and, done what she felt she needs to do to protect him. And he still decides, I'm going to do what I want to do. Yes, I'm back in town, but I'm going to admit that you lied for me. Because in order for him to turn himself in, and basically, he's saying he's going to go to jail for what he did. In order for him to do that, he's going to, at some point, he's going to have to admit that his mom lied for him. So, at this point, I kind of just feel really bad for Grace.
You know what? I really don't like AJ.
I don't like AJ either.
I can see that even AJ is sneaky. He's a liar. And he tries to use his situation and what's going on with Grace as an excuse. He really wants to. I think that he hates how he was treated, how his life was, and he's going to blame her. And I think he's going to try to get revenge on her.
That's just basically, he knows if he go to jail, she's going to have to face a consequence.
Correct. Especially when Sophia mentioned it to him.
She did.
That didn't help because it's like, okay, cool. Now I can really get her in trouble. Especially when you get him in trouble. When now that he knows that Grace is on the line for his lying, I feel like he's going to do something that's really going to.
Well, he already said he's going to turn himself in.
And turning himself in yes, because she's already lied and said it wasn't him in the video.
Which sucks because Lady Mae basically tried to
told her. She keeps warning her daughters, and I feel so bad for her. Their stupidity, like she's warning them. Now Grace is the only one that'll go back and listen. Charity just won't listen. Grace will at least do what she feels is right, or do what she needs to do.
Her mom's plan until AJ showed up in the flesh.
Correct.
That's true.
And then I think she goes along with what Lady Mae says, even though it may not be what she wants to do, but she understands. Okay, it does. It'll actually. She understands that her mom is the mastermind.
Right.
She is. So it's just terrible. AJ just put her in a terrible situation. And I really don't know what's to come in the next season, but I really think this is only the beginning of seeing AJ basically ruin it for Grace because of him, she stepped down. Because of him, she's lied to the police. I think it's just the beginning of Grace falling into a trap that it's going to be hard to get out of, especially since this is her son and she feels guilty already for leaving him and his life ending up the way it did because she left him.
Now, the couple that we have not discussed, who also had some loose ends that had to get tied in this episode, was good old Jacob and Carissa. Let's see. Where do we start with them?
Carissa is a thorn in my side. Carissa is that one nap on the side of my scalp that won't get straight or lay down flat when I put some gel on it. Carissa is that person who deserves. And it's so sad because you really did feel for her in the first seasons. You felt bad for her because you knew Jacob was being terrible. You knew she was trying to take care of the family because he couldn't keep a job at the church. Her daughter was cutting up. You really sympathized with her in the first couple of seasons. Now,
I'm just
upset.
She's turned over a new leaf. Basically, we kind of hinted at her relationship with Fernando. Yes, it started out as this is just a buyer for the land, but she ended up sleeping with Fernando. And of course, she didn't tell Jacob. She just decides, I'm assuming in her mind, well, he cheated on me, I can cheat on him.
And she keeps saying that. Like, for you to keep mentioning
it in his face,
that does not excuse your behavior. Hence why the girl got chlamydia.
She got chlamydia from Fernando.
Goodness gracious. Gave it to her husband.
Did not tell him. He's thinking he had a bladder infection, goes and tells her, and that's when she decides to let him know, you don't have a bladder infection.
You got chlamydia.
You have chlamydia.
Oh, goodness.
She pulled an Angela and Marcus from Why Did I Get Married? That is what I thought about when I watched this scene. Like, she literally just waited until he mentioned it.
Well, at least Angela was devious and knew she needed the right moment to just crush him.
Angela was just petty.
Carissa's just stupid because you only told him because you realized, okay, he itching too. The sad part is, then for her to like, first you were sympathetic, then you threw it in his face, then you basically tell him you basically don't care. You don't care that you gave it to him.
She didn't. She really didn't care. Of course, his defense when she brought up his infidelities, his defense was, "I never gave you an STD."
That's true. Sad, but true.
It's not. It can't be his defense. It's true, but that doesn't defend you from cheating on her.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! No, that does not excuse the cheating.
So they both. I mean, even though she was wrong because you basically are trying to get him to defend. And do you feel like
is it a matter of Jacob basically drove her to Fernando with how, because she kept emphasizing, I need you. Why can't we do something? Why can't we go out? Why can't it just be us? It was always about the family.
But she did do that. I will say that. I'm not going to give her, he drove you to Fernando, because
no one's going to drive you to cheat. Exactly. No one's going to drive you to cheat. But I definitely...
maybe she felt lonely, whatever the case was.
To me, Carissa has always been power hungry. Like, Carissa fits into this family because Carissa wants the attention. She thought she would be the next first lady. She thought her husband would be the next bishop of church. She really thought that she was in line to get what she thinks is rightfully hers.
Honestly, what I feel like about Carissa at this point is that in her mind, she thinks she's been through so much with him. You married this man, you got kids, you stuck around, he's broke. Like, you feel like you have been around long enough and you've earned your rights enough to where
you earned what you deserve.
I did discuss this episode with a friend, and of course, we were discussing, Carissa cheating, and was she right, was she wrong, whatever the case may be. Now, she definitely was wrong for giving her husband chlamydia.
No one's ever right for cheating.
Even if we take the chlamydia out of the equation,
she never would have told him.
No, she never would have told him that she cheated. But
she'd still be cheating.
She would still be cheating.
Right.
Yes. So
if that didn't happen.
I guess my whole thing is, because the person that I discussed with was like, why didn't she just leave him? Instead of getting back at him and saying, I'm a cheat since he cheated, why didn't she just leave? She's
still trying to get something from him.
And that was
She's still trying to get the house. She's still trying to get Lady Mae's furniture. You're trying to get some.
No, she is, but I think the real goal for her is to feel like, if I leave now, what did I get? Right. She don't care if it's the house. She just feels like, I came this long, and we know why she, it seems like you married him to get something. Right. So you're not going to come this far to leave with nothing. You don't have a house.
Right.
I think she still has the job she still has her little job at Excellence, but that's still their school. Like, what would she leave with? And I feel like that is why she was so determined not to leave all this time, because I don't think she's really accomplished any of what like you said, she's not the first lady.
Mm-hmm. No time, and she won't be
not anywhere in the near future. They don't have the big house that she wanted. Right. They're in Lady Mae's house, so I feel like in her mind.
But the sad part is, it's like everything he does, he's trying to please her. You left the church to go to another church because she had in your mind, well, you could get that church. You keep constantly trying to please her for her to get something. And I feel bad for him because I don't think he really wants to be with her. I think he feels obligated to be with her because he feels like, I cheated on her. We got 2 children. I need to raise them. Like, I think he feels the obligation.
He should feel obligated to be with
her.
To
raise his children, but not to be with her for the sake of children or feeling the need to give her something. Like, I think in his mind, he almost agrees with she deserves something.
I think she does too.
I think she does not.
Why?
She's a jerk. I would have agreed with it had you kept. If you at least acted like you wanted to be with him because you loved him and you're doing these things out of love, sure, I could go there with you. I could say you deserve something, but you've only been with him because you've always wanted something from him. You wanted either the fame or the name. You thought something from him would benefit your life, not love. She ain't never talked about loving this man ever.
I can't say, I don't know. We don't know if she never loved him. We don't know. We in this episode, it doesn't talk about how they got together. Did they fall in love?
Even in previous seasons, she's always been on
now
his
in the previous
case.
season.
She's always been nitpicking at him
because he was a cheater.
And at that point,
when we're introduced to him, he's a cheater.
But at that point, if you honestly felt like this is the man, we need to work this out because I love him, I never picked that up from. Like I never picked that up from her. I never picked up. To me, she didn't forgive him for the sake of I love him.
She definitely
she
didn't
forgave him because she felt like she could get something. She's still holding on to something.
I don't think she ever forgave him.
And I think clearly she didn't because she won't keep. She won't keep.
I don't think she ever forgave him. I don't think she ever loved him. In the back of her mind, she was just like, well, the opportunity may come for me to get him back, and I'm going to get him back. I think that's what she thought.
I don't think that is. I think she just always knew, well, he's always cheating on me, so this wouldn't hurt. But I think she still stayed. You only stayed with him at that point to sell the land that he had. It wasn't even yours. Yeah. The dad gave him land. You got mad when he wanted to minister on it. Like you've never wanted to be there for him and do. You didn't even want him getting. She almost. I felt like she didn't even want him to have the gig with the NBA, the chaplain or whatever she was doing with Dante.
Well, I think she didn't. I think she didn't mind, but I feel like she felt like there wasn't gonna be enough money. Like
it was a waste of time.
At that point, yeah, it's like if he's not gonna give you what I think he should give you, you're wasting everybody's time.
I promise you, I think she's just been opportunistic since
and
the day they met, and I feel bad for him. I even think he had a better chance with Tasha. I feel like he and Tasha, honestly, that's what made her mad. She didn't get mad at the fact that he cheated with Tasha. He's cheated on you plenty of times and didn't care. Like he didn't care.
She mad that he cheated with Tasha. She mad that anything happened with Tasha.
You mad he cheated with Tasha because they truly ended up feeling for each. They fell for each other. It wasn't just another girl he was cheating with. She got mad because they fell in love. That's what pissed her off.
They did fall.
And I'm like, but y'all don't even act like y'all in love. Like it's just so not sincere. It's just so. Weird, but I
at the point they're at now, though, they're basically done. But she has blackmail on him, so now he's stuck with her.
That's the point. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. We're gonna go on and forecast for the new season because I promise you.
Yeah, we should.
I feel the new season is going to bring Lady Mae. I feel like it's going to bring her family back to where she thought they should be.
I don't know. I think she's gonna try, but I don't know.
I really do. First of all, I just feel like the writers, you can't keep. What else can happen?
Yeah,
they can't get in. It can't get any worse. You about to lose your house.
Well, we thought it couldn't get
any worse. You already
lost the
church.
But it did get worse this season. We thought it couldn't get any worse. Well, that's true too. Season, and it got worse.
Well, I feel like Lady Mae,
and it can get worse because they can lose that house if whatever Carissa has.
Well, Jacob hasn't told the family this information.
He hasn't.
I feel like it's going to turn when they get the information and they can make of it what they need to. And honestly, even though Carissa found the information, only the family truly knows what happened. I don't think
the family know. I think only Bishop and Lady Mae know.
Hence why they can turn it around. Hence why Lady Mae and Bishop can turn it around.
Actually, Lady Mae will turn it around.
Exactly.
Even if it was something shady,
and I feel like she's going to use this to finally get rid of Carissa. I just foresee some things. I'm hoping I'm foreseeing what I want to see in the future.
But I will say that this season ended really great because now I'm like, okay, I can't wait till it come back on.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Now we did not mention the last scene that really turned me off.
I didn't want to talk about that because it didn't make any sense.
Okay, well, if you've seen it, you tell us your thoughts
Grace
of the young man in the black that walks up to Grace while she's at the graveyard. You tell us your thoughts. What do you think the purpose of this conversation was that Grace had with a bystander or a stranger literally just walking the property?
He lost his way on the road.
But even Grace looked around like their land is secluded. You have to get through security. How did you get in?
That's true.
It's just weird. It is the weird, and hence why I think there has been some suspicion, some chats on the social media. People think that maybe he has something to do with AJ. We don't know. We'll see in the next season.
He might.
Because how else could he have gotten on the property?
On the property.
AJ could have got him on the property. We just don't know.
And the last thing we saw AJ say Sophia was questioning him about something. Where are you going? And he said, I'm going for a walk. So.
Oh, we're done. So, yeah, there's a connection there somehow. Yeah. Well, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in.
It's been a great season. We've been out for a while, but we came back for a little while. We may have some things down the road for you. Just stick around. Remember to follow us on social media.
Follow us on Instagram. Our name on Instagram is at the PK Social. Make sure you email us if you need to get in contact with us, and find a way to hit us up. If you can't find us on social media, email us your thoughts. If you've been watching the show, your conclusions, what you think is going on with each character, because we could be wrong, although I feel like we're not. But anyway, yeah, hit us up. We're also on Facebook at the PK Social. So we will see you guys next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Let someone know to catch up. You can catch up on all 3 seasons. 2 seasons.
And podcast.
Catch up on our YouTube and podcast, the last 2 seasons of PK Social. And we'll see you guys next season.
Next time.